So apparently, Clavvicular is playing therapist for Larry Wills and his wife.
Maybe you kind of feel this as well, that she's kind of telling you how you feel and telling you that you're okay with things. And just, it feels a little bit like almost manipulative. Do you get that vibe ever?
I don't get that vibe because if I genuinely wanted to befriend a female outside of a business dynamic, I wouldn't because for one, I've never been in that position where I wanted to befriend a female that there was no opportunity for us to do business together in any capacity for the sake of just being her friend, being a friend. Like if that was the case, like I'd probably have the intention to fuck her. Like it wouldn't be on some
Right.
let's just grab a coffee and grab a bite to eat. It would just be like, well, I think you're hot. Let's like there wouldn't really be like there wouldn't be it would be malicious intent. Like I just can't see myself ever being in that position unless there was like a business dynamic.
Yeah, there's really no reason to ever be friends with a female.
You
it's
know.
it's ridiculous. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, like it is a little bit outrageous to have like a male friendship. The only man really that should be in your life at this point is your father, your brother, and Larry. So
Well, we'll have to agree to disagree on that one.
I sort of feel like, and I think you're gonna sort of agree with me here, is that you love your wife so much that sometimes you're not willing to put your foot down and say things that you don't like, and that's really good that you feel so passionately about her. That means the relationship is good, the attraction's there, and I'm very happy for you about that. But I think you're so worried about losing her sometimes that you're sort of losing yourself, and you're losing.
But I think you're also looking just stuff from your perspective, how you would. I don't think you really look at things objectively. I think that's the problem here. You look how you would act in a situation that you're in. You don't understand that, like, we
No,
are
I'm not.
different
I'm not
people.
even trying to put myself into his
But
shoes or
I feel like
insert
you come a
myself
lot
in any
just
way.
like from your perspective. I feel like, okay, you're set in your way, and like you hear what we're saying, but you're not really like processing it in a way to understand, like, okay, like maybe different people work a different way. There is a different dynamic with other people, and that's what makes that's the beauty of this of us
Or
as
just even the
humans.
fact
It's
that
like
she
we're
answered the question on your behalf. I mean, that was like an
No,
extremely
I was
like
just saying, like,
directed question towards you, and like I said before, it seems like there's some sort of manipulation sometimes. Her sort of telling you how you feel. When I was asking you, like, genuinely, could this be it? So like you don't even have to answer the question. It's just something to keep on your mind. Like maybe you are just scared of navigating things wrong and losing the thing that you love, and that's very understandable. I don't think that anyone should fault any man for having that sentiment, because that makes you.
I'm really interested in where the rest of this is going, dog, because I'm not even mad at what Homeboy is saying. You know what I mean? Like, everything he's saying is facts. It's just the optics, bro. It's the optics of, I don't know, bro. It was like 19, 20, 21 tops out here counseling 30-year-old plus Larry and his 30-year-old wife about how to be in a relationship, bro. The optics is crazy, especially considering who bro is and why he's got clout, bro. Like the optics is crazy, bro. This is literally a Black Mirror episode. You know what I mean? But to be fair, dog, like he keeping it a beam, bro. Like I would say the exact same things he's saying, based on like the 3 minutes I've been peeping this shit, dog. Broad has been butting in, answering for Larry, like I expect Cook Larry to allow her to answer for him. You know what I mean? Like, bro is literally, but they playing the part. They got to be playing the part, bro. They got to be playing the part, and that brings me to question like the whole shit show, bro. Cause like, outside of Larry cucking out for his girl, bro, like he's literally cucking out for the world. You know what I'm saying? Like he really on this stream shit hardcore, like streaming with all the notorious streamers, getting away from what he's known for, which is the whole Larry Will saga. You know what I mean? Getting motherfuckers swole, right? You just blowing that whole shit up and doing this toxic ass streaming shit and cucking out in the process with your wife making you look crazy, bro. Like Larry out here selling his whole fucking soul for a bag. Like that streaming money is that crazy for you just to flip your whole shit upside down, dog? He not gonna be known as Larry the swole strong motherfucker. He gonna be known as Larry the cuck streamer. It's wild, dog. All this shit for some views, all this shit for some clout. Ruin your fucking image. It's nasty work, man. But anyway, I'm down to sit here, bro, give game, bro, because this is real game he's giving. But it's just like
Human, right? That makes you extremely human. Someone who's not a psychopath, and someone who's
like,
deeply,
bro, nah, bro,
deeply
ain't no
in
fucking
love.
way.
So
They could pay me. You could pay me. You could not pay. There's not a bag big enough for me to come up here and have this little punk try to tell me about me and mine. Even though he right, I just it wouldn't happen, right? Because me and my mines are straight. But it's like this little punk ass bit trying to tell me, what he approve of, what he disapprove of, what I'm right, what I'm getting right, what I'm getting wrong, what I'm allowing to take place. Even though he's fucking right, even though Clav is fucking right, dog. But it's like Larry just serving his nuts up on the platter again, dog. Like anything but some fucking clout, dog. It's crazy.
I admire you for that.
I
and
admire you.
hope,
It's like, bitch, who
you're
the fuck
able
is
to
you?
sort of cultivate this relationship
So I'm
going
saying,
forward.
who the fuck is you?
And I hope you're able to sort of cultivate this relationship going forward in a way that just makes sense as much as possible for you. So like you don't have to say exactly how you feel or exactly what you want on the internet, but just going forward, sort of, I'm just hoping maybe you could keep some of this in the back of your head so that you're looking out for sometimes some of these different tactics that are being used, So um, just going forward, it's always good to have that on your subconscious.
And I'm standing on this hill where I say, like, I genuinely do not have an issue since the beginning with her being in contact with a male friend that was many years before my time. And that's that. And maybe many here in the chat that I can see them spamming, I'm a bitch, I'm on a leash or whatever, probably people that aren't even in a relationship themselves, trying to tell me, a married man, happily married by the way, like that I'm X, Y, and Z and I should behave this way. But I'm happy in our relationship. And when it comes to that particular male friend, I know it's platonic. I take her word for it. I trust my wife. Like there is no discomfort. Whenever we have discomfort, we talk about it. And this is how come we be able to make it 5 years, right? Because our communication is so strong. I don't bottle things inside. I don't just explode one day like, well, like what's really at play here? Like, what do you have going on with this person? Or I don't trust you doing this or that, or talking to this person, that person. That's not how we get down. Like we don't argue, we don't fight ever, right? Mm-hmm. We genuinely have a very healthy relationship because our communication is rock solid. So when these things that in whether it's the beginning, the middle, or now come up, whatever it is, we just talk it out.
Absolutely. And listen, the last thing that I'm trying to do is sit here and say this part of your relationship doesn't work. This isn't going well, because that would be retarded, right? I'm a 20-year-old kid. That doesn't even make any sense. You guys have been married for 5 years. You understand each other more than I or anyone on the internet ever could. All I'm simply saying is being brought to attention or being made aware of potentially some other perspectives or some other things that could be going on is always good, right? So, like I said, not trying to convince you anything is wrong or you should operate differently in any way at all. Just something to keep on, in the back of your head. And when you see different behaviors, it'll sort of be like a little trigger, like, maybe I have to reevaluate my position a little bit. And I've always had people doing that for me, and it's something that's been very useful because love kind of blinds you on a lot of cases.
I can't take this. Woo. Hey, you know what? All right, the whole world is looking at Larry crazy, bro. But you're not gonna be able to talk anybody out of whatever it is he's doing. I'm just questioning just the conspiracy theorist in me is coming up, man. But I don't think, not to question Larry's intelligence, man, but I just don't think he's of the mind to think this many layers out to put together some ploy for an attention grab to get a streamer bag, right? I think this is really him. He really cucking out. He's really like head over heels. Really fucking whipped. And he's cool with it. He's happy with it. And if he's cool, he's happy, then hey, ain't shit you can do to fix it, bro. Like she found the come up. You know what I mean? And you know, at the same time, Larry is giving game. As far as how relationships go, we may not approve of the dynamics and how it's making him look, but you know, he happy with it. It's gonna blow up in his face, though. That's inevitable. It's just gonna blow up in his face. It's gonna ruin him, right? 5 years, I don't give a fuck. It's gonna blow up in his face, especially with all these extra eyes on everything, bro. Like that shit crumbles shit that much quicker. You know what I mean? Leaks get exposed, right? But you know, he's giving game as far as relationships are concerned. You know what I'm saying? Their communication is impeccable. They never fucking argue. When they have issues, it comes up, bro. That's game in relationships, bro. So whatever they fucking got is working, right? And you know, Larry, he cucking out, but I can commend him on his ability to stand 10 tones down and what it is he's convicted on, regardless of how he fucking looks. He looked crazy, but I can respect the motherfucker not to waver with the whole world coming at him, questioning this character, question type of man he is, calling him a bitch. I know I've called this man out his name plenty of fucking times, right? Just like the rest of the world has, bro. But he's standing 10 toes down, dog. I can respect that. I can respect that. I can't respect this, but I can respect that.
Friends have always been there to look out for me when I wasn't navigating through that kind of stuff in the best way. And you know, the same thing was true for me. I was like, no, this is going well. You know, might be okay with this. And then they tell me, you know, maybe this is a little bit of manipulation. Maybe you can navigate it a little better. I'm like, yeah. But it's in my head now, and I could react in a little bit of a different manner going forward when the same
but the moment
behaviors.
you put other people in your relationship, I think that's wrong. Like, I understand your perspective. You know, you should have somebody else tell you, but I feel like, okay, we know our dynamic, and I
Of
feel like
course.
you should never let other people be involved in your relationship. I never tell any of my friends or my family whenever we have a problem. We go, we talk, we sort it out, because nobody else should know your business. And I don't need my friend to give me a perspective on my relationship. They can never get
That's real
grasp
shit,
a full
though.
picture.
That real shit, dog. That real shit. Yeah, I mean, relationship advice 101. Do not ever involve anybody else in your shit besides the people that are involved. That is a disaster waiting to happen, especially with the women. Y'all tend to want to go there and gossip and get guidance and advice from y'all's girlfriends, which is gonna just lead y'all into a whole nother can of bullshit. But yeah, anyway, that's the absolute worst thing to do. Keep y'all shit between y'all. I mean, which is kind of contradictory to their whole little shit they got going on, bro, because y'all are broadcasting y'all's whole dominatrix relationship to the fucking world. So the whole world gonna have something to say, right?
That's where I'm going to hugely disagree that the people around you and the people who are super close to you in your circle shouldn't have an idea of what's going on, or shouldn't give you any advice as to sort of what you're doing. Your male friends, if you've cultivated those relationships in the right way, your circle is the right people, will never betray you and always have your back. That is not something that could be said about really any woman, right? So kind of understanding that, and that there will always be those people in your life, those actually true friendships who are doing everything and will look out for you in any way necessary. it's good to have those people having a little bit of a picture into what's going on.
Yeah, but you have friends who betrayed their friends after like 30 years of friendship, and they thought they were loyal, they were, like the best. I genuinely feel like, and I think we spoke about this and you agree as well, we should not ever put other people in our marriage and talk about, like our problems. We don't bring our relationship stuff out to public and to friends.
I believe our problems should be discussed amongst each other, not amongst our friends and family.
Yeah.
Because, as my wife said, and I agree with her, it's largely one-sided when you're telling your problem to your friends and family, whatever it is between your partner. They're only hearing your version of it, your perspective. They're not seeing the full picture, right? And usually there's a bias,
Yeah.
right? So can they accurately give you advice if they're not seeing the full picture? Now, if it was a professional sitting down like you are, right? Not saying that you're a therapist, but like someone that's mediating to the people in the relationship, that's different, right? Because now they're seeing the full picture. But it's never the case. It's always like he said, she said, right? It's always just one-sided.
But here's the thing, just for the people in the audience who are watching, if you're the man and you're wrong and you're just giving your friends your side of the story, that's still okay. That's still not going to be an issue, because at the end of the day, you should be operating out of self-interest and making a relationship that makes sense to you and the most ways possible. So it still wouldn't be a problem.
Do you think that when men are wrong and they talk to their friends and family closest to them, that they're admitting that they're wrong? Or do you think they're changing the story to make it fit them best? Like they're spinning a slightly different narrative?
Even if they're doing that, creating a new narrative, it's really not a big deal, because like I said before, like, you should be the prize. You are the prize in the relationship as a man if you've done everything to sort of set yourself up as a high status, high value male. You know what I mean? So it's like, even if you were to, be operating in bad faith for some of this stuff, it still benefits you in terms of operating out of self-interest.
Mm-hmm. What about her?
Well, I mean, it's the name of the game. Not everything in life is fair, is kind of what I would say.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with, like, life is not fair.
Like, it is sort of a battle, it's a power dynamic at the end of the day. Not really a battle, but it's a power dynamic. So maintaining that is extremely important, and it's competitive, right? It's two people playing against each other to maintain that power.
That's what's fucking a lot of the bros up right now, and why men that are all plugged into this whole, I don't know what you call it, man, because red pill, there's benefits, there's good shit there when you apply it correctly. But when a lot of these youngins get brainwashed and believing that, men dictate terms, it's their way or the highway, get on their fucking program. First of all, there's only a certain pedigree of man that can pull that off, but a lot of these youngins is getting poisoned and are becoming delusional to think that they're all eligible for that type of dynamic, and they're not, bruh. The majority of men, period, especially these youngins coming up, are going to be in a 50-50 dynamic with the way society is headed. So there is a struggle there, right? You can't be out here thinking that you the man and woman's supposed to serve you, but, she working 40 hours a week and still coming, cooking and cleaning, and your ass ain't doing shit, right? That's going to cause a whole shitstorm, and a lot of people are dealing with that dilemma right now, right? But first of all, it's a 20-year-old trying to put Larry and old girl on game as far as that type of shit, and he's wrong than a motherfucker, man, because even the kings, the king of kings, you know what I mean? Like, look at LeBron and Savannah. Even though I don't know their dynamic, but LeBron respects the shit out of his queen, and that's the determining factor, a queen. Larry girl ain't a fucking queen. She's a fucking come up. She's just trying to hit a lick, run it up off her man. But there's a difference between having a queen and having a servant, right? A servant's going to do whatever the fuck you ask them to do, unquestioned. When you say jump, they say how high, right? And that's gonna get a lot of men in trouble, first of all, because no man has all the fucking right answers. You know what I mean? But the end all goal is to be with a woman that you trust, that you can confide in, that's got your back, that's got your six, that's got your blind spots, where you can rely on her. And, you know, she's capable enough to handle things on her own, but she trusts enough in you to give you the reins to control shit, to handle shit, because she's got that amount of respect and admiration for you. That's the fucking goal, right? To have you a fucking queen that's a goddamn queen, but she still treat her man like a king, right? When you fuck up, if you do shit wrong, you make a mistake, she know how to hold you accountable in the correct way. You take her counsel, because that's what relationships are about. Even though the fucking man is the goddamn top, he's the leader. A leader knows how to serve the ones that he leads. You know what I mean? And when men, little boys, get blinded with this whole mindset of, you know, I control shit, do like it's a power struggle. Even if you're in the wrong, you gonna remain in the fucking wrong. That's not how you get shit accomplished. That's how you continue to run into fucking walls. Right? Relationships are about compromise, regardless of how much power or a king has. You know what I'm saying? Like these king of kings that have 10 wives and 100 kids, bro, they don't have nobody to confide in. They have nobody to trust. They have nobody to give a fuck about them. You know what I mean? To hold shit down if they fucking down. As soon as they down and out, all these bitches is gone. Right? There's drawbacks to that. You're not gonna have a real connection with nobody. All these fools you see out here, like all these goof troops out here that sell this fucking dream, sell this image that you need to just be on top and just have bitches that follow. That's a optically it looks crazy. It looks fun. It looks intriguing because they got all the money, they got all the hoes and cars and shit. But at the end of the day, they don't have nobody that truly gives a fuck about them, right? And that's the real rich in this life. That's what really fucking matters. You don't get no rider with this my way or the highway type shit. It's about compromise and how can I make the other party's life easier, right? And that's the winning formula when you got somebody on board on the program where her whole pursuit is to make sure you good, make sure you look good, think about you first because you're doing the same for her, right? Regardless if you on your mission, on your purpose, knocking shit down, you still give a fuck about her first. Make sure she comfortable, make sure she ate, make sure she looked at, make sure she feels safe. And when she feels safe, that's when the world fucking opens up because you got you a solid one with you, dog. So all this power struggle, ain't no fucking power struggle in a real relationship. Real relationships come with respect, compromise, cooperation. With any self-interest you're coming with is going to also come with compromise. You can't think about yourself. You think about yourself, you might as well be by yourself. Real shit, bro. Larry and the girl were giving game as far as how relationships go. It's just that, you know, Larry's ecosystem is fucked, right? Because he's gonna get cooked. He's not crossing his T's and dotting his I's and make sure he's looked after, bro, and putting all this trust in this bitch chick. Clearly has ulterior motives, bro. But you know, we know how the story ends, man. But anyway, thoughts. Peace.